supposed to be out here with me, but he got into a fight with some guy backstage. And I think he won the fight.
It just said traffic was backed up all the way up to LA and to the 91.
This is the first of many victories to come! Wow, the number of signs here is so low.
We're heading out there now.
Unbelievable. Well, thank all of you for making it. You ready for the Tax Revolt 2009? All right, let's warm up. How about a chant of heads on a stick? Heads on a stick! 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 All right! This is what we needed. I can't tell you how skeptical everyone in Sacramento would be of something like this happening. They all figured that nobody would come. The media figured that you aren't real. They think you're not real, that your problems aren't real, that your taxes aren't real. And we knew that you would come out for this. Feedback. Well, this is just the beginning, you know. They like to tell you that, well, you know, we haven't raised taxes in a while, so what's wrong with doing that? You have to tell them it's not going to happen now, but it's not going to happen again. Revolt, recall, repeal. 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 Now, is James Rainey here from the Los Angeles Times? Yeah. Mr. Crayon? In fact, Neil, would you bring those cardboard boxes of crayons up to the table here? You guys bring your crayons? Wave your crayons. If you don't have crayons, we're going to be handing out crayons. We are, here's some nuance, and here's some detail for James Rainey of the LA Times. We pay the highest sales tax in the nation. And that was before this tax increase. We pay the highest income tax rate in the nation. And that was before this tax increase. Schwarzenegger has doubled the car tax. How many of you have children? They're penalizing you $200 per child per year. Can you hear us back there? It is such a huge crowd that extends all the way to the slide bar to the parking lot that it can be tough. You have to pump up the volume. We're going to yell as loud as we can. I know some of you in the back can't necessarily hear us well, but we are going to try to communicate what's going on here as best we can. So we've got the highest sales tax in the nation, the highest income tax in the nation, the highest gas tax in the nation, the highest business tax in the West. And they said, oh no, you have to compromise. You have to pay more. So they laid on us the largest tax increase that any state has ever passed in the 233-year history of the United States. $50 billion of taxes over the next 4 years. Now let's talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, I know a lot of you voted for Arnold in the recall back in 2003. And why did you do that? Let me think. Oh, we had a big deficit with a lot of overspending, didn't we? And now where are we 5+ years later? It's worse. And after telling us, not only then, but in 2006, he was not going to raise our taxes, he went and did it. It is time for the recall! Arnold Schwarzenegger should be recalled. He one of you. He lied to us. He used us. We emceed 3 of his rallies. 1 to get him elected, 1 to celebrate the car tax repeal, and 1 to try to get his propositions passed. We are sorry. We apologize. We were used by a Hollywood phony. The spending has increased since he's been governor over 40%. That's what I call solving the problem of overspending. He didn't have the will. And every Sacramento insider we've talked to have said that. He just wants to be loved. Well, guess what?
I think one thing you can see...
You guys hate him, don't you? Do you know what he did as soon as he passed the largest tax increase ever in U.S. history for a single state? He went to Germany. He went to Germany to get a global warming award.